Hey, everybody. Welcome to this week's Great Awakening update. Let me pull a Galactic Heritage card for us this week. What's the theme today, Spirit? What's the theme for today's Great Awakening? What's the theme for today's Great Awakening, please, Spirit? Okay. Reptilian primal fear. What's this about? I was not expecting that one. Okay. I thought we'd already been going through this. Okay, 28. Okay. This is another archetypal card dealing with one of the most disasterful aspects of being human, fear. It has less to do with actual reptilian species I think we just had this last week, didn't we? Maybe. It's less to do with for which this species is actually peace-loving, gentle, and very ancient. Those wishing to spread fear about this species recognize the powerful effect reptilian imagery has in the human consciousness. This just makes me think of how that last Great Awakening, or one of them, talked about how dinosaurs were actually gentle and sweet. So, and they're reptilian, aren't they? So a small percentage of people who pick this card have been reincarnated ties to the species. If you feel this is you, explore it further. If this card comes up in your spread, it's most likely asking you to go through a process of confronting your deepest fears, for only in doing so can you spiritually transform. This card also asks you to embrace the otherness, any idea or way of being that's different from your comfort level. In one way, this is a very shamanic card, because by confronting these fears, a powerful force can be unleashed within your consciousness that can free you from any old habits and patterns, both in this life and from others. This card is a challenge for you. Can you walk into the unknown and face that which you fear most? Okay. So that kind of alludes to a question that I was going to ask this week. So we're facing our fears to leave them behind once and for all. Okay, let me just put those away or get them out of the way or something. Okay. So I'm going to get the World Truth cards out. We can put the rest of these away as well. We don't need those. We might need one of those, but I'll feel prompted to use it if we need to. I've got the Spirit cards here. All right, I think we are all set. Oh, they want me to pick an amulet card as well. So I guess I'll do that, because I better listen. All right. It's a cat. Looks like a cat. I mean, it almost looks like Bastat, I guess, but I don't know if it is or if that's what it's, about. Okay. Let's look up the kitty. The cat, 105. One of these challenges might have to do with sexuality, believe it or not. I just got. Okay, so your fears regarding sex. What is my hair doing? I guess it's just going to do that. Okay. Okay, this is a really long one. Yeah, it does have to do with Bastet and all that. Okay. The cat goddess is the bearer of good fortune, who also suggests you guard what you have gained. You have probably jumped through, oh my gosh, I think I know what this is alluding to. You have probably jumped through a few tight hoops to get where you are. You may have spent half your lifetime putting out emotional fires. Unconsciously, you may have started them to keep yourself busy, perpetuating a false and distorted sense of self-worth based on patriarchal perspectives that posit taking care of others as the ultimate self-sacrifice. You may have gotten burned along the way, feeling resentful or being resented. That behavior is all part of an old way of being. The cat goddess heralds the burst of new life, Giving and receiving are both spiritually rewarding. Prepare to receive. Challenges remain, but not the old ones. What you gained from past trials and tribulations is now secured in your power bundle, providing the emotional and spiritual skills needed to help you easily hurdle your any obstacles you may encounter. Like a cat, you land on your feet, perfectly balanced and standing strong. Now is the time to let go and break free of beliefs about who you're supposed to be. You deserve success and recognition. Relish in the feeling. The cat goddess stimulates your natural instincts, making you keenly aware of persons who may not be so happy about your good fortune. Gather those around you who can sustain your success with encouragement and enthusiasm. So, and this is what I was thinking, is that, and this kind of leads into this other question I was going to ask about the 8 years of tribulation that's supposed to come from now till 2030, I guess. David Straight mentioned it in one of the videos I was just watching about, like state nationals and stuff. So I was like, 8 years of tribulation, that does not sound like fun. It's already been a couple of years of tribulation. What are you talking about? Okay, and I just got, there is divine intervention and timing at play in this situation, so don't worry. Spirit and or the ETs will step in at the perfect time. Okay, so keep that in mind with whatever you face. But I feel like what's going to be happening coming up here soon is a divide. So great fortune coming to some people, and to the other people, here comes the tribulation, which is a tribulation for both too, because there's the conflict between the two. There has been the conflict and a divide already, but it may become a larger chasm, a larger valley, I guess, between them. They just said for now, to reveal certain truths about people and their spirit, to show them their biggest fears and to face their biggest fears and move through it. And even some of our enemies will be saved by the ones they persecuted, the ones that they have gone against. And I was also given a message just now before I came in here about those of you who just don't like people, because it's just been, so frustrating through all these years of people just living by their ego and all of that. In the 5D, I just want to reassure you guys that have had difficulty with relationships and just people in general, or even wanting to be around them. When you guys are in the 5D, it's going to feel vastly different. You're not going to feel that way anymore. You're going to welcome having other people in your life, and they're going to be a benefit to you. And it'll be like, I've been meeting some extraordinary people lately, and I've been Zooming with them, and we've been exchanging ideas, and it actually builds us both up, all of us. So that, and we're like, this is what it's supposed to feel like. Everybody contributing their ideas, their beliefs, their encouragement and their support, and everybody just kind of rallying together to be there for each other and help us all become stronger. Yeah, I'm going to be bringing Anne on my channel soon, the one from Skin Suit Manual. We had an amazing talk, and she's very detail oriented, and I'm more general, as an example. And our exchange of ideas really helped her become more general and me become more specific on some things too. So it really kind of refines all of us and all of our abilities and heightens all of our abilities when we come together and work together. So it's going to be really neat to see, something to look forward to, you guys. It's going to be a really neat talk. So I wanted to read some quotes, and I just want you to know too that some of these people that we think are dead, actually quite a few of them, quite a few people that we think are dead from our history are actually being protected and watched over, and they are actually still alive. So keep that in mind in the days to come. Don't be shocked if somebody suddenly comes to life or is alive that you thought was dead. Okay, so I have some quotes from Jordan Maxwell. The most corrupted are religion and theology. So out of his 60 years of experience, that's what he felt. You have to experience spirituality to know its truth. Boy, yeah, I mean, I understand that one completely. There's no such thing as a world's foremost authority on anything. Like, yeah, wise man. So let's get into some of these questions. All right. Are solar storms part of the awakening? There are a lot of people talking about them and how they will affect us mentally, physically, and frequency wise. Is this true? Yes, different levels for different folks. Yeah, they're saying to use my example. A long time ago, it was my first conversation I had ever had with the sun. There was some kind of a solar flare, and I had tremendous anxiety. It was terrible. And it was like anguishing. And then I went to Chico Hot Springs after the attack, the anxiety attack, and I was trying to just relax and kind of float on the water. And I looked up at the sun, and the sun said, "I'm so sorry." And I said, "What?" And he said, "You had a solar flare. That was your experience of my solar flare." And he said, "I didn't mean for it to hit that hard, and I didn't realize it would affect you that way. I'm so sorry." And I was like, "Am I talking to the sun right now?" So you guys can talk to the sun. You can talk to anything, inanimate objects or whatever, because everything has a consciousness and it's all very much alive. It's all energy. So as Anne would say, it's all a hologram, so you could, depending on your program, you could talk to anything. So yeah, so that was the son seemed male and seemed very compassionate and loving about what I had gone through. So it does affect, depending on where you are on a vibrational scale, it's going to affect you different than it affects other people. So not everybody's going to run around and act like it's the full moon or whatever necessarily. But yeah, they said they're tweaking and adjustments. Are they done on purpose? Is this like a divinely guided thing? It is. Is it designed by anyone else? No, it's divinely guided, and it's part of the ascension. It's to aid us. They said it's to aid us and awaken and adjust us to higher levels of frequencies that are going to be coming through. The lower levels are not going to be tolerated any longer. Even our bodies need adjusting. Yeah, I'm seeing like, wow, almost like the equivalent of like, I don't know, isn't there adjustments that they would make on legs if somebody was really short that would kind of try to stretch them out kind of thing? I feel like it's what I'm being shown is something to that effect. So if you guys are experiencing pain in your legs or your joints or things like that, it could have to do with, they're nodding. It could have to do with those adjustments that are being made to your physical body. And now they just showed like shimmering, shining of your skin. And it doesn't necessarily, you may notice that you look down and your arm might be like more shimmery, or your face or whatever. Am I shimmering? They said like, I read something about how you'll see it most when you go out in the sun. Oh, that's what that was the other day. I actually saw that the other day. And I just thought maybe I was like, did I get glitter on me or something? And it was just kind of shiny, like little flicks of something. I don't have it on me right now, but I think it was out in the sunshine. So I guess keep an eye out. They said that it's a good thing though. It's a good thing for us. Okay. Oh, the solar storms also, those are solar flares too. So all kinds of solar energy, like all kinds of the storms are they the same as the flares and everything? It's all part of all of it. Yeah, they're showing even like on the sun, it almost looks like a tsunami, like all these waves crashing and stuff. And even those waves are directed in a certain area. They're like, whoa, you go take it Asia, boom, you go take it Africa, boom, you take, it's like where those waves are crashing, the solar waves, they're sending energy out in that direction that's needed. So it's a very intuitive, feels like an intuitive process, whatever's going on. That's interesting. Okay. Gosh, my nose just itches today. Some people get like an itchy nose when they're channeling too, but it's particularly itchy today. Is it true that East Antarctica is going through a heat wave in activation? Is East Antarctica going through a heat wave? Yes. In activation? Yeah, both. There's a little thing though. What is this? Hata ema chansazain. A heat activation. They're saying a heat activation. Is the heat activation similar to what we're talking about with like the solar flares and whatnot? Yes. Is there any danger to anyone in it? No. In fact, heat activation is making a lot of things melt. It's part of some hidden secrets coming to light too. What was that? So it's a good thing. Yes, uncovering truths. They said, don't worry. It's just uncovering truths. Okay, were superheroes created to take our power away? In other words, like with religion, how they were, oh, God is the all-important God. He's like up there looking down on us and we better behave. And Santa Claus, you're on the good list or the bad list. And like all these things throughout history that were created to make us feel like we're beneath them. And even Jesus, like he was trying to encourage us to be like him. He said that we could perform miracles as he did and even more. But yet we put him up on a pedestal like Jesus is, whoa, So is it true that superheroes were done for the same reason? Yes, but also, yeah, because our superpowers seem more subtle in when you compare it to somebody who can fly from building to building and shoot spider webs out of their hands. Or fly with a cape, across the way, or, goes down and swoop somebody up and pick them up and do that. So yeah, I do feel that they were created, but there's some truth in it too. It feels like there are some hidden truths, and also like unleashing of us even having superpowers. So it kind of feels like it was both encouragement and discouragement, as many things are. Just like the bad guys, they also had to give away to charities and things like that to look good. So there are good and bad in a lot of things, or a mix of truth and lies in so many different things. But yeah, idolatry, like just putting something up on a pedestal, as if it's more important, in worshiping it. A lot of people worship these superheroes too. Yeah, and that would make you weaker in when we do that. We're weaker when we compare someone else and put them up on a pedestal like that. And same with true love. The masculines put their feminines up on a pedestal. And it's ridiculous because we're all just human beings, we've all been through all the same stuff, all the same emotions, all the same fears, it's supposed to call you up, it's all supposed to inspire us and call us up to be whatever it is that you see in someone else that you think is way above you. Just become it as best you can, and realize that everything has its own flaws, Okay. Was Will Smith hitting Chris Rock for real, or were they real people, or was it filmed a while ago? That's interesting. Okay. Were these real people? No. Mass. I get the word mass. What? Was it filmed a while ago? Yes. 2 years ago. I just got that it was 2 years ago, and that wasn't even them. They were masks that people were wearing. Man, these days are crazy. A lot of the following questions come from Whiplash 347 posts. I don't know what those are. I've never looked at them or anything. So a lot of these questions either come from you guys in my World Truth Questions or World Questions chat and Telegram, or you guys might say them underneath a video, a comment underneath a video, or Shanti might come up with it, or I do, or this is a conglomeration. It's a bunch of different things that are put together. So sometimes I don't necessarily know all that this is referring to or whatever, but so I don't know who Whiplash 347 is, but there's going to be some questions that pertain to that person, who is said to have gone to school with Heath Ledger. Is Heath alive? Did Heath die? Heath is alive. It feels like Heath is alive. Did he create, don't tell anybody, did he create this channel partly because of Heath? Yes. Is he connected to the Kennedys? Yes. Who is he really? I don't know how to answer that. What do you mean, who is he really? I just got the word royalty. Is he royalty? Anon. Is he an Anon? And he's royalty of some sort? Is it like a, that's interesting. Is he working with the White Hats? Is he working with the White Hats? Well, if he's an Anon, he'd have to be working with the White Hats, right? But let's take a look here. I want to go into this a little deeper here. Tell us about Whiplash. You're about to be celebrating in the streets. Okay, that's awesome. Tell us about Whiplash. Oh, that's the blessings card or the blessings card. Use your brain, not your brawn, to outwit your opponent. They're playing on your blind spot or weakness. So what are your strengths? It's time to get clever. Do not fear. You can do this. Be confident. So I think that was his strategy, using his brain, not his brawn, to outwit the opponent. So he just said, be the example. This will not or did not happen. What part of it? What part will not or did not happen? Bright future and healing. What does that mean? This will not or did not happen. This will not or did not happen. What are you talking about? Let's see if we can. Oh, the best is yet to come. So go forward fearlessly and full of hope. Oh, the brawn. How he said, I'm going to use my brains and not my brawn. Something about the brawn, that he was fearing something about brawn in that situation, and it did not happen. We will have the bright future that card just said, because the best is yet to come. So go forward fearlessly and full of hope. You won't be sorry. I feel like he took a leap of faith to put that channel out there. It's time to assert yourself powerfully and embrace your full potential. You're guaranteed a positive outcome. Now, I heard some negative things about Heath Ledger and how he would play around with death and things like that. Is this true that he was playing with dark magic? Was Heath playing with dark magic? Yes. Did he have good intentions? No. Okay. Was he, did he change his ways? Yes, he did. Okay. Did he feel forced to be in the dark stuff? Yes. It felt like he had to survive. So he wanted to, also, he kind of wanted to beat out the bad guys by being really incredible at the black magic. So he could almost like defeat them at their own stuff. Become more powerful than the bad people. But I feel like he got to a point where he needed to be protected. So a lot of these people, when they need to be protected, when it's pretty inevitable that they're going to get ejected from, because of the Luciferians, knowing, you kind of figuring it out, then it's sometimes they're saved, and said to be dead. Yeah, there were a lot of conflicting opinions about it, a lot of moving parts. Okay. This has already been made known and is out in the open. It just hasn't reached the total population yet. You are safe and secure. All is well, even if you can't see it. There are miracles happening, so just know that all is in good hands and be in a thankful mindset. Okay. So can you tell me anything else about this whiplash? So he's an anon. He is on the good side. He is helping the white hats. He and Heath working together now. Okay. I don't know what I should say or not say, but I'm just telling you what I'm getting. All right. Sorry, guys. Sorry. Oh, well, it's all coming out soon anyway. Our spirit wouldn't have let me say it. You know, abundance to come, and also their response to me. So transformation is happening, guys. And just one little thing at a time, one step at a time. Okay. When are Q phones coming out? Looks like maybe May. I mean, I don't like giving, times for things happening because it could push it into the future, but yeah, it feels like soon, fairly soon. Are they the Tesla PI phones? Are they the same as these Tesla PI phones? Yeah. I don't know what the Tesla PI phones are, but it does feel that they function the same way or do the same thing, or somehow are they separate, but they'll be combined or something like that. Yeah, so I think something like that. I don't know what that means. Like they were two separate things, but they're going to be combined into one. Oh, they're working on it. They're working on that right now. Is it true we should have the Signal app as all internet will disappear? So there's a couple questions there. All right. Will the internet disappear? Will the internet disappear? As we know it, yes. But we're still going to be able to access information like we do on the internet, but it's just going to be different. Okay, so will the Signal app work even when when things start shutting down around us and it becomes evident that things are shutting down? Are we going to have access to the Signal app? I get a no. Will Signal be working? For some, yeah, it's not going to be working for everybody. Okay. So I guess if you're able to get on Signal, then great. If not, don't worry, because is the internet going to pop right back up with in its new? Is it going to take some time in between? And they're going to try to overlap it as quickly as they can. It's going to get switched over to like Starlink, or what was the other one called? The new Starlink, and then there's I guess we'll get to it in a minute. So they're taking down the internet, apparently. Are they going to cut the cables, the underseas cables? Yes, eventually. Like not all of them right away, but they won't be being accessed or used anymore. So we're going to switch over to Starlink. Yes. Okay. And Signal will work for most people throughout the time. Yes. Okay, but there will be some people who can't access Signal, correct? Yeah. So it's not like a fail-safe. It's not like totally, yeah. Will Google disappear? Yes. Because it's not trusted anymore. Once everybody knows the truth, it won't be trusted. They'll call it, is it going to be called something different? Yeah. Okay, so the name Google will be gone, yeah, but it'll still be Google, but it'll be a different name, and we won't know that it's associated or anything. It's going to be like they just said like refurbished, a new facelift and everything, and it's even going to work different. It's going to work different. The structure will be different. It's not going to be set. It's going to be the original intention to help us, not be spying on us. We think when we're doing searches that we're actually searching for that information, but actually we're being watched for what we're searching for, so it's really to spy on us. But that's going to be changed. Yeah, they said beneficial. It's going to be there to be to our benefit only. So are you talking about like the nefarious spying activities that Google was doing and all that kind of stuff? Is that going to be gone? Yes. Oh, because of Starlink and because of the QFS being like connected to a beneficial consciousness. Yes. So all nefarious activities cease. Wow, that's amazing. So will pornography disappear? Yes, completely. So will the dark internet? Well, I forget what the dark internet's called, where you can access it, nobody else can see it, where you can buy and trade children and stuff. Yeah, that's going to be gone, dismantled. Okay, is it true that lobster is now the new stock market? Yes, wow. I like lobster. I mean, it's pretty user friendly compared to other apps and stuff. It's going to be the new stock market. Yep. So is our stock market the one that we have currently, is that going to fade away? Eventually, is it gonna crash? Absolutely. October, or sooner, depending. They're showing that it goes kind of back. They're not certain of the date. It's going to start going down before it crashes. You'll see a decline before, and then it's just going to crash. Will it will it come back up again like it is? Yes. They want to keep the stock market around for a little bit to kind of be like some of these things will last another year or so, because it's kind of like we'll still be able to use cash for a little bit too. We've got, some old farts that are stuck in their ways that will kind of need to be eased into it. If everything just suddenly disappears and all the new stuff gets ushered in, they'd be frightened to death, So some of this stuff is being kept almost for looks, just to pretend, or just so that it looks, oh, look at you. You still got your money in there, and, you're doing pretty good, Gramps, and you got your stocks are going up now, or whatever, or like something that's like easing into the idea rather than, oh my gosh, Grandpa, you just lost everything. And they'd, so just, you know what I mean? So it's just kind of like, yeah, some things will be eased rather than just taken, or disappearing. They said with buildings and structures and stuff too, the old Luciferian stuff will be dismantled kind of slowly sometimes too. Okay. Are we nearly at protocol 19? So some of you may or may not know what that means. But for those who know what it means, let me see. Are we nearly at, or are we at protocol 19? Yes. Okay. Did protocol 17 start? Yes. Did protocol 18 start? Almost soon. How soon will protocol 18 be? I mean, if 19 has already started, then you would think 18 is already, oh yeah, wait, 18, did 18 start? Yeah. I feel like there's parts of 18 that are lasting longer, like again, with that kind of I just got the word congruent. I don't know why. Maybe that'll make sense for somebody watching, but I feel like we're up to 19. Are we up to 19? Yes, we're up to 19. But I feel like there are some of these other things, especially in the 18 protocol, still need to get worked out. And apparently it's about allowing AMMs. I don't know what AMMs are. And liquidity. I don't know for what. For company money to be put in. I don't know what she's talking about. But it does feel like there are just some things that need to get worked out with that. And with protocol 19 is ISO 20022, regulation and transfer of wealth. That's happening. That's happening already. It's really getting put into motion. It's really getting put into motion, going away from worries, fears, drama, the bad stuff, being emotionally intelligent, and yes, and the military and or Mr. T, and then a bunch of happiness and teaming up, partnering, collaborations, working on projects, humanitarianism, saving children, So yeah, we're leaving the old behind and embracing the new. We're going into a prosperous, new, happy, fulfilling time. And a lot of people are going to be changing careers and everything, like what they've always wanted to do, but they didn't have the courage to do it. So exciting, exciting, exciting. Oops, let me get these right. Okay. Okay, so there could be, okay. So I feel like some of the funds have been held back due to conflicts. So just like 4 more conflicts almost. So they're like real close. This would be a yes. And spying, somebody like spying on that process. So, but it is eventually like a divine intervention's kicking in and going to make it happen no matter what. So get out of your self-imposed prison. Don't contribute your worry energy to it, because we're coming into these prosperous times. You're going to get a message soon, like an email or something letting you know that your funds are, manifesting the strength and the faith to know that you're going to be celebrating. Don't have that fear of missing out. Don't have FOMO going on. Have courage about it, and you'll help it manifest faster. Okay. Is COVFEFE a telecommunications act? Is COVFEFE a telecommunications act? Get a yes. Are we going to get fried with 5G at this point? No. Is it going to actually be beneficial energy? Yes. Why was there a pause? Is it going to, okay, because it's not going to be anything it's going to be Starlink. It's going to be Starlink. Are we going to use positive 5G beneficial energy? Yes. But it feels like Starlink kicks in first and then the 5G. Are COVFEFE magnets safe? Are the COVFEFE magnets safe? I get a yes, but I also feel like there's variations going on. Like, I don't know, like certain, what do you guys mean? Certain magnet, like, it's going to depend, and there's some kind of a variation in there. Generally speaking, though, our COVFEFE magnets, are they coming from a good place, good intentions? Yes. So the magnets do have the possibility of being beneficial. Yes. Will it knock some people kind of off kilter? Yeah. Something like that. Some kinks need to get worked out. Okay. Is the Ukraine where it started for the Kazarians who were kicked out? First of all, were the Kazarians kicked out? Yes. Okay. Because I don't want to assume anything, we may hear something, but it may not even be true. So is the Ukraine where it all started for the Kazarians? No. I actually got Russia. I don't know, like underground Russia or something. They just said back in the day. I don't know. Is it true they were told they had to take on a religion? So then they went and became as Ashkenazi Jews who now run Hollywood? Yes. Yeah. They became stars. Yeah. Yeah. Running after the money, creating a legacy. They were trying to create a legacy. And so has that failed and fallen on its face? It's kind of like, yeah, but what? Yeah, ultimately, yes, absolutely. It's not all been cleaned up yet. It feels like there's still some messes to get cleaned up, and some people still yet to be. Some people who've been playing like both sides in that group, they've already been found out, and they're about to get surprised, unpleasantly surprised. Okay. Was the Corporation of America, United States Incorporated, dissolved by Mr. T in 2019? Yes. And I believe the new Constitution for the new republic what has also already been done. Yes. So is Congress also dissolved? Not dissolved, replaced. And was the last E word, ELECTION, even real? Nothing is. There. We haven't had a president for many, many years. Not an actual president. So yeah, all of the E's have been not only rigged, but they haven't even actually existed because we're just watching a movie. So, pretty funny, pretty crazy. If you guys want to learn more about that, go to lastflagstanding.com and watch some of Russell J. Gould's videos on that. Are we already state nationals? Are we already state to who? Like, is it okay? Are we already state nationals and have been set free and we don't even know? It's leaning toward a yes, but there has to be like a conscious decision. There has to be an element of you actually knowing the danger you were in and that you were free. It's a choosing. There's some kind of a choice that has to be made within us. It's a sovereignty that happens within us. So are we still citizens of the United States? Are we still citizens of the US? No. Okay. So does this mean that people who choose to be free, just that choice in themselves, it makes them a state national? Yes. Even just within them, without paperwork? Yes. Interesting. So people who still consider themselves to be citizens, are they also state nationals? No, they're not. Because they're of a slave mind. They need to be set free within their hearts to be free. And also I was getting something about how, service to self versus service to others. There's something about that having to do with the citizens who still think that they're citizens and how afraid they are of the virus or the illness, I guess we could call it, and the way that they kind of guard themselves and you get away from me, I have my mask on. It's like a really defensive posture and attacking and angry and all of that stuff. Those guys are the service to self people. Those of us who've been trying to get the word out about freedom, this is all service to others, right? Service to self is caring only about your own safety and security, not caring about anybody else. But also, what about the people who are in fear, like wanting you to put a mask on and get the V and stuff because they're afraid that, for your safety kind of thing? Are they service to others? Yeah. Yep. But the people who hunker down and only think of themselves, that's service to self. So it's like we're all being watched and kind of reviewed by the higher beings. So we're going through a major testing right now. So just make sure that your intentions are pure and that you are choosing the highest vibration, the highest timeline, and that you truly are. And also those who are just barking and you guys are stupid, you guys are idiots, I can't believe you guys such jackasses, blah 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 blah, attacking other people but not helping them. Those who are judging are also service to self because they're serving their own egos to try to look better than them or to try to, they're defensive because they are triggered. They're not loving themselves, so they're also service to self. This is interesting. Okay. What about the 8 years of tribulation? Does that apply to everyone or just the sleepers? So we kind of talked about this at the beginning. Will the 1,000 years of peace have to wait until 2030? Okay, what about these 8 years? They just showed me the divide again. If we're going to be further divided, These are going into a bunch of wealth, a bunch of just abundance in every way, shape, and form. And these guys are going into more fear and panic and scarcity and all that kind of stuff. So there's going to be a divide for the 8 years, and that's going to cause suffering too, and these ones in the meantime are going to be helping these people, but they're not even going to maybe know. Maybe they're not going to realize that these people because they're going to be angry that these people are flourishing. when they did it to themselves and kind of buried themselves in the quicksand. But they're going to be going down in that quicksand, just like in the ocean, when you're flailing around trying to survive, you might drown somebody else who's next to you. So they might be mad at these people who are doing really well, but but maybe the food that these guys are being supplied with is coming from these people. So they're not even going to know. So is this 8 years of tribulation? Is the 8 years of tribulation just further awakening? Yes. To anchor in a new consciousness? Yes. Because it feels like these people over here are going to become stronger, and they're going to become like the anchors of the true light. And they're going to be like holding the space for these guys to eventually come into. And these guys will have to, I feel them like getting like so afraid, like even Byron Katie had an awakening moment when she had so much anxiety she couldn't take it anymore. So it feels like these people might be like, so scared, they just can't take it anymore. And they finally just surrender, and they like make peace with death. They go through that primal fear thing, and they just go, oh my gosh, okay, all right, fine. If I die, I die, but I want to do the right thing. They get out of their head and they get into their heart, and then boom, I see them like going over here to this side. So, and they will be rewarded. I just heard they will be rewarded when they come to the right side of love, not fear. Oh yeah. And some of the people who, yeah. Okay. So, and it comes down to, yeah, fear. Okay. So if you're afraid, which side of the camp you're on, if you're afraid and you're telling people this out of fear or whatever, it's also service to self rather than service to others, because you're still in fear. You're not in faith. So whichever side of the camp you are in, or whatever you're doing, make sure that you are concerned for people out of compassion and like from a loving place, make sure you're coming from love and get out of any fear space. Okay. Oh, they said service to self is also service to ego, which is fear. So keeping all that in perspective. Okay. Are there different timelines being played out simultaneously depending on our vibration? Yes. And I just kind of went into that. How is that all being played out? If you stay happy and you stay in a good vibration, you have as much joy in your life as possible, or allow as much joy to happen as possible, and you keep yourself away from fear, and you keep hopeful, and you keep full of faith, and you keep, using affirmations and, working on being solid in your faith, then it's going to keep you on this timeline. Whereas, you start getting sucked into the drama over here, you're going to get sucked down into that quicksand. So be coming from a place of gratitude as much as possible, and keep your faith. Only talk to people who will help boost your faith. So we're going to have all of this camp over here that's going to be like boosting and encouraging and coming together and cooperating and building things together and getting creative and spotting each other and being there for each other and all that stuff. Then you got all these people over here are like tit for tat. I'm going to drown you before you can drown me. I want food over here. You can't have any. I have it all to myself. Like people are going to get greedy over here and start doing like the worst of it over here. And over here is going to be all this wonderful stuff. You have two very opposite worlds starting to, so you can imagine how that would create a lot of chaos, right? So it's a blessing, but it's a curse. Everything is like a blessing and a curse kind of thing. So just keep the right mindset and be there for each other as best you can. Come from that place of love. All right. Federal Reserve merged with the Treasury March to May last year after the mini stock collapse. That thing is supposed to go for like 4 hours. I don't know why it's been stopping short. It's so annoying, but that's okay. So May, or after the mini stock collapse, the Dow Jones, supposedly that was POTUS, Vlad, and King Salman to take out the Rockefeller's oil control? Did you see the Rockefeller tree cut down and removed? Is it true there is a 1-year deal in place for the Federal Reserve to remain in that merger, then go bye-bye? Is it true in other words, the March or May of this year, the Federal Reserve is going by? Okay, so is this, let me think of how to ask that. So the Federal Reserve merged with the Treasury March to May last year. Okay. Is it true that the Federal Reserve is now going to disappear as of March or May? Is the Federal Reserve has it already disappeared? I get more of a yes with it's already disappeared. They're like ahead of schedule or something. So it's going to be completely dismantled soon. Sooner than, yeah, that's cool. All right. I'll take that. Do we go back to 1955 prices? Yes. Now, wow. Wow. A bright future. And yes, coming out, so this is like somebody coming out of the rubble, like they've been doing a lot of self-reflection and being inside their homes and all scared and stuff. And they finally decide to go take a look at how things are looking out there. And they come out from hiding a bit because they feel worthy of a new adventure. They feel like, all right, I can conjure up enough. It's like he's got enough, he's got a star in his lantern that's going to lead him. And that star is the bright future and healing. So a bunch of healing and money and yeah, feeling abundant, flourishing, giving back to one another, having romances even start up. I feel past lives getting repaired, like a lot of healing to come. Changing careers to something that's much more fulfilling. It's like, whoa, okay, so now I can do what I really love doing. Now I can do inspirational projects that excite me. Yeah, again, these same cards. Working together, collaborations, humanitarian projects, even the military and Mr. T and healing. Okay. Now, yes. Okay. Things eventually balancing out again. So they're saying not to worry, don't worry. Okay. When are we going to go to 1955 prices? When are we going to go to 1955 prices? It feels like, because I mean, the gas prices right now are horrendous. So when are we going to start seeing that happen? Because if we're going to go through 8 years of tribulation, when are the prices going to go to 1955 prices, please? 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 1, 2, about 2 years from now. Once what? Okay, so people start waking up more in the next couple of years. They realize that divide is happening and they start surrendering more and they start actually waking up to everything and they start seeing, oh, I'm putting myself deeper into quicksand here. Maybe I should consider this or this reality or whatever. Like maybe I should look at it different. A lot of people are going to be waking up in the next couple of years. And then after that, let's see, that would 8, 7, 6 more years, maybe of rebuilding, families coming back together, friends coming back together. I feel like 9 of Wands energy, just kind of limping along. And how you doing? Are you okay? Like, wow, I really said some harsh things to you. You know, is everything cool? And like that type of stuff. So I feel like the 1,000 years of peace starting in are the 1,000 years of peace? Are we going to have to wait till 2030? It's still a little bit malleable. So it might, if we, could it be bumped up sooner? 2028, 2026, 2028, 2028, could maybe even, we could we could shave a couple of years off, I guess. So it's more of like a rebuilding time, why would that still be tribulations? Because you have conflicting opinions, like learning to work together, I guess. Some people still in the mindset of kind of black and white, other people are going to be like gray. So we're going to have to like that Five of Wands type of energy of just trying to figure it out and just kind of yeah, so it just feels like a real mixed bag. But it starts to clear up after like 2028 or 2030 or something like that. It starts to feel like everybody's getting on the same page. And that's why the peace and the 5D and the 5D. So things are actually going to be improving a lot too during those years of suffering. Okay. Stimulation. They said stimulation also. So tribulation is stimulation too. Is it true there won't be a need for petrol anymore? Yeah, for certain things, but for the stuff we're mostly using them for, no. Should we hold off on buying vehicles till there's no more petrol? It depends on everybody's circumstances. Obviously, if you need a car right now, then get a car. But will those cars that are operating on oil, on gas and oil like they are now, will they cease to exist? Yeah. Quickly. I just got quickly. So yeah, maybe hold off on getting a vehicle if you can. But they said you'll have money to buy a new vehicle, so it doesn't really matter anyway. So maybe get a used vehicle. If you got to get a vehicle right now, like get a used one or something. Is it true you can now fly that mail, parcel, etc., in your flying car or supersonic set? What? Is it true you can now fly that mail or parcel, etc., in your flying car or supersonic jet? Some, yeah. Is it true you can now fly with that mail, parcel, etc., on a supersonic jet? Dude, I actually get a yes. In a flying car? Yes. So that's happening already. Yes. Will this happen soon for the rest of us? Yes. Will it only be like for certain people at first? Yes. Experimental. So weird. Some of the humanitarians, and I saw like bubble cars like they used to have like in those black and white photos in my Telegram channel, the bubble things, something like that, even like people flying around in bubbles. What? Yeah, there's gonna be a lot of experimentation going on, guys, like a lot of really trippy things. Yeah, they're gonna put some of the negative people in a tailspin seeing stuff like that too, because their minds are not open. They're gonna be thinking, oh my gosh, who knows what they're gonna be thinking. But is it gonna happen fast? Let's just pull some cards on that. Is this gonna happen fast? Like we'll be able to be in flying cars and supersonic jets and whatnot, secrets coming out. Yeah, bright future and healing. No longer at a stalemate. And they said that you know it intuitively that it's all healing and we're coming into a bright future. Have faith that the burden's going to be laid down, because it will. Holding on to. Oh, it's going to be held back from people who they feel would be really defensive about that coming out. So maybe privately, they're going to have people experimenting and starting to use that type of technology, that type of stuff, where people aren't going to freak out. They gotta really look out for everybody, Yeah, I think the flip is happening. Transformation's happening, and all this healing is going to start happening soon. Holy cow. Oh, wow. Yeah, very quickly. Maybe once the money comes in, it's going to happen very, very quickly after that. So when the humanitarians get funded, maybe, and people are going to be pretty happy about it. Pretty happy. And they're going to feel like all giddy. But there's going to be a lot of heartbreak about children. The children information coming out also. Oh, maybe, they're going to let the kids experiment with flying the cars and stuff. The abused kids, they're going to heal them and let them drive those cars and stuff. Oh my gosh, that is so cool. They're totally safe. They said, don't worry, they're totally safe for children too. Oh my gosh, that's so neat. Okay. Is actor Arthur Roberts playing by and then Den? Is actor Roberts playing this guy? Yes. It's not, he's not the only one. There are other actors, but yes. Mr. T mentioned Kodak will produce ingredients for medicines in America. Is this true? Yes. Are they part of new medical cures that will be made available to all? Yes. Yeah, they've been kept hidden. There was some regret, but they're going away from that. So maybe they tried something and it didn't work or something. Then they're like, I just heard back to the drawing board. So they've tried some things, but they're remedying some kind of a legal ramification, a psychological operation having to do with the law about that. So there was some kind of something illegal, something illegal, embraced by common law, but not embraced by the maritime law. That caused regret, but they're going to get a fresh start. They're going to start again. And this time they're like on the right track. I have no idea what any of this means, but yeah, they're going to get on track and they're going to be healing. They're working on partnering up and they've got unfinished business. They're going to get to, they're rethinking things and they're going to, maybe they tried to pass a new law in accordance with common law, and it like blew up in their face kind of thing. And because of the other corrupt side of law, jumped in and put the kibosh on it, or something like that. But they're going to try again and they will be successful the next time. Will we need passports anymore? No. Does this mean we're going to be forced to take the microchip? Some will want to, and some will not. Will they have the freedom to choose? Yes. Yes, they'll let you be in your power. Yeah, put that burden down. Some of you are really scared about that. We have a bright future coming with healing. Let me see what that is. Yeah, those of you who are in fear need to change that into courage. Okay. Will we go back to the 13-month calendar soon, guided by moon cycles, new moon being the beginning of each month, leaving one day each year, what was called 0 day. Okay, so are we going, there's more on that on my Telegram channel. If you guys want to look for that, you can find it there. Or just put in 13-month calendar, maybe in BitChute, and it might come up. Okay, so is the 13-month calendar coming back? Yes. What will we use instead of plastics? Will it be hemp or something else? What will we use instead of plastics? Will we use something instead of plastics? Will we still be using plastics? We'll be using a better type of plastic that isn't harmful and that can be, because there are certain type of plastic we'll be using that breaks down, that's what do you call it, bio-friendly, eco-friendly. Okay, it's going to be, there are some decent plastics that that will continue. Hemp will be used, all kinds of things. There's limitless possibilities, many beneficial things that are coming. But there is some kind of a plastic that's actually compostable, and maybe even beneficial. So I don't know what's in plastic or whatever, but apparently they're not all harmful. Will our food be clear of nefarious substances? When will our food be clear of nefarious substances? It's coming up fairly fast. And I just got like trash being turned into water, like our dumps and stuff being turned into clear, clean water, spring water even. And I mean, I've heard of that invention, but apparently that's going to start happening too. Our air is going to get cleared up, the smoggy cities. That's going to get cleared up. So when is the food? When can we go to the food market and not have to look for, aborted babies in our food? God, about a year. About a year, it'll be cleaned up. They're working on it already. They've already stopped. They've already stopped the processes of, like, they've stopped where the babies were getting fed into the food system and stuff like that. They've put the kibosh on all that. They've stopped it, but there's just still a lot of food out there that has it in it. So they're waiting for it to like phase out, and that's going to take about a year for all that to phase out. And then we're going to have better ingredients. Are a lot of these foods actually going to be, like, a lot of these food chains going to be shut down? Yeah. So, are there, and then some of them revamped, some companies will be revamped, but the ones that were really entrenched with the nasty practices, those are going to be shut down completely. Are we going to have as many stores? No. We're going to go more toward natural growing in our own backyards and whatnot. Yeah. Like everybody owning their own gardens and things like that, more of that type of thing. Oh, they said that the stores will be more for supplies for your growing things. Like fertilizer, stuff that that will help us grow things better, or even teach classes and things like that. Like, stores will be different. Yeah, because they're saying we have to learn to take care of ourselves. So a lot of people are learning to garden and make clothes by themselves, whatever, like they'll be able to. How is this coming into, like, I thought we were coming into, like, some of the things that we're going to be doing are going to be high technology though, right? So it's like, in some ways we're totally advancing in technology, but yet how do we do that and then also go back to basics as well? Like, how the hell do we combine those two worlds? How's that going to work? Hapama anatakens. Okay. I mean, they're saying some of even the hydroponics and stuff is high technology in our homes, being able to grow these plants and stuff in our homes. They said it's not contradictory like you think. It's just that that's the way that it is in our world. It's actually quite complementary. Okay. So has the plan been stopped for all the negative artificial intelligence? Has that all been stopped from happening, like the takeover from the AI? Has that been stopped? Some of it still has some tweaking to do, or they have to just like let are they going to have like the AI start rolling out some? I mean, I know we have to take like a lot of steps to kind of wake everybody up to what was going to happen. So there are people out there who are still gaming and they're still like almost excited about the AI times to come. Like, oh, I can't wait till we have robots in our homes, and I can't wait till, like, all this kind of stuff. So all that stuff is still coming, right? A lot of this AI stuff is still coming. Is it being watched over to make sure that that there isn't the hostile takeover? Yes. So there was a hostile takeover that was kind of planned too. Somebody got on Laura Eisenhower talking about it once, and I forget what the guy's name is, but he was really scared about that. They said, no, not happening. Like, they're not going to let the, let's see. Yeah, victory over regret and wish fulfillment. So I think that this is alluding to like going into time travel. There was regret in the future on a different timeline, but like now we're going to be able to overcome that. This has not quite concluded and could grow increasingly uncomfortable before it resolves, but stay positive to manifest the best timeline. So they're still orchestrating everything through this 8-year tribulation stuff, and there could be some scary looking AI stuff. But there is nothing to fear. This is only an illusion to assist in the awakening of humanity, which is what I was about to say. So people will find it ridiculous enough to question what's going on and desire a change. So just the same old that's been going on. But ultimately, are you saying that it's under control? The AI thing is under control? Yes. Don't worry. The tables are turning and everything's working out. All that seems wrong or unjust will be made right. So just hang tight while everything is worked out. Okay. Yeah. Well, we know that part already. So What you're inquiring about has to do with going to higher dimensions of reality. Ascension and evolution are occurring swiftly. Humanity's awakening at a rapid rate. Good. And that's going to help it. Oh, was Project Looking Glass accurately depicted in the film Contact? Yes. Project Looking Glass was originally used for looking back into past events to learn from their mistakes, but then they realized they could go forward. When they went forward, they could not understand why Earth had gone into such a rapid decline so quickly. This was Agenda 2130. Is it true that from 2012, they managed to change these to good? Then from there, nothing but a good timeline was seen? Is this true that from 2012, it was predicted only good timelines? Yes. Fiery new start, fiery new beginning, inspiration, plotting and planning, a bright future. Yes, and healing. Wow. Thank you, whoever was behind that. Groundedness, maturity, abundance, spying. Yeah, to the spying. Where they're sort of going back to the same cards. Okay. Yeah, it's going to grow increasingly uncomfortable, but just, it's going to, something is going to conclude it in 2 to 3 years. So hang tight. This involves divine guidance, timing, and the will of the divine. It's aligned with its purpose, and good will come of it. This too shall pass, and there will be peace of mind and celebration. Okay, gotta keep reminding, getting these reminders. It's all going to work out. After 212, there are no more bad timelines. And also, is this why Mr. T made the decision to run in 2012? Hell yeah. Yes. Did Mr. T come from Yeshua's or the Jesus bloodline, also called the Druze bloodline? Did Mr. T come from the Yeshua or Jesus timeline? Yes. Now on the other side of the camp, some people believe that Mr. T is actually Lucifer of the false light. Is this true that Mr. T is Lucifer of the false light? There's actually an element of possible truth in that too. So isn't that interesting? Huh. So what does that mean? Is Trump Lucifer of the false light? Oddly enough, I get a yes. But so now we know that we have to ask the right questions and in the right way. So we don't know. There are a lot of things that they've told us. Okay. Yeah, and this is a tough one to navigate. But he's also of Yeshua bloodline. He's of Jesus's bloodline. Yes. Jesus and Lucifer. I might start saying that. Jesus and Lucifer. Okay, so I don't know. It might have to be something we explore later. Well, let's pull some world truth cards. Because the reason that this Lucifer thing came up is probably Alexandra said, when this all began, she said that she believed that we were gonna go through 2 phases. One is of Satan, like a Satan phase, where all the blood, guts, and gore and the disgusting stuff and the rape and all that horrible stuff, but gross stuff that was of Satan, then goes into a false light of Lucifer. It's not Yeshua's light or godly light. It is like a false light, like worship me. I'm bringing you all these wonderful things. I'm bringing you all this hope and joy and money and all these things, so worship me. So there's supposed to be these 2 phases we go through before Jesus or Yeshua comes back, or the consciousness comes back. So I think what's happening is a refinement of our ability to discern is what I feel like has to do with that has to do with. So, we all have good and evil in us. We all have the ego is the evil in us. The ego is the evil in us. There's no need to worry about whatever you've just seen or heard. It's just a scare tactic. You're going to be just fine. Don't let it scare you into reacting. Look for cryptic messages. So it's almost like it was really easy to see Satan, right? But maybe seeing Lucifer is going to be more difficult because it's more of the ego that we're used to, or the patting of the back, or it's like the good cop, bad cop, or like Satan was so scary that he scares you into the arms of Lucifer, and Lucifer's like, I'll save you. It's okay. Everything will be okay now. You're in my arms. But it's like maybe we evolve as a species of seeing that it's all kind of a trick, being led by anybody or looking up to anybody. And like, we need to go inside us for our power, sovereignty, and, our dedication, loyalty, and, whoever's going to save us is going to come from within us, not outside of us. So don't follow anyone. So it feels like it's all being orchestrated to help us to get in our ultimate power and our sovereignty. So it's all, maybe he's playing Lucifer, or like maybe he's playing the role of, like just be on the lookout for any kind of like idolatry tricks or that type of thing. And just know that, just keep coming back to, you are the powerful one. You are the one with consciousness. You are the one with a strong intuition and superpowers and, things that you're going to be coming into. So this is something we'll conclude in a matter of days. I don't know what that means. That's got nothing to do with it, I don't think. Well, the humanitarian projects could start to roll out within the next few days. So that must have something to do with this too. It's going to start the new phase of Lucifer, possibly. Is this going to start the new phase of Lucifer? Yes. So there is going to be a false light, a test to pass. Keep going within. So I feel like there's really nothing to fear, though. I really feel that. So that's weird, really weird. This has been or was changed spontaneously. It was unplanned. Someone had to think quick on their feet to make it happen. I mean, I just think that there are a lot of those elements to what we're going through right now. This involves exuberance, excitement, delight, and or relief. This caused or will cause great satisfaction and extreme joy. And I feel it. Wow. So I just saw Satan, Lucifer, and Yeshua all arm in arm at the end of this, congratulating everybody for passing the test of compassion, sovereignty, coming together. Like, all of this is to make humanity come together, arm in arm, and and to be in their strength. Okay. Will planes and trains be grounded? Will planes and trains be grounded? Will planes and trains be grounded? I'm not actually getting an answer. Will planes be grounded? Yes. Will trains be, trains are already on the ground, so they can't be grounded. Will trains be stopped as part of this? Yes. Planes and trains will be stopped. For how long? Temporarily, not long. Enough to be alarming. Will our lights or power get switched off as a part of this? Yes. How long will the lights and power go out? Wait, will the lights go out? Will the lights go out? Yes. Will the power go out? Yes. How long? I just get like 2 days. Is it going to vary? Yes. Depending on the area? Yes. Some up to a week. Yeah. When are we changing over to Tesla-free energy? Wow, it feels like it could actually be soon, like as soon as a couple months. Tesla-free energy, please. Yeah, about 2 months. Will Bitcoin servers be turned off? Yes, big yes. Will 99.5% of crypto be gone? Yes, around there. Will there be a World War II scare event with nuke sirens? Will there be a World War II scare event with nuke sirens? Yeah, it's a yes, but it's kind of it's like maybe, is there going to be a scary event without the sirens? Is there going to be, we going to have nuke sirens that go off? Yes, that one was a yes. So is it a false event? Yes. Like it's a scary event though, right? Yes. Are we actually going to get nuked? No, no. Are we going to, are we going to get even close? Are we going to get close to actually being nuked? No. Okay. So it is just typical of the MSM, like scare stuff. Okay. I just saw creating hysteria. Why is it necessary to create hysteria? For people to embrace change to come. Yeah. Okay. Watch the water meanings. Okay. So when Mr. T talked about watch the water, was it about floods? No. Tsunamis? No. People's names? Drinking water? Yes. Flood map? No. Deuterium? Yeah. So drinking water and deuterium both had yes. Human vessels being vessels of water? Yes. Canals? Yes. Something in the rain? Yes. Secret submarine channels? No. Warships? No. Pineal glands? No. Polluted oceans? No. Terramar is a world created by the elites on the oceans. Is that part of what he was talking about? Yeah, too. Maritime law, yes. So whatever I said yes to, group all those together and it'll have something to do with those. Is there weather manipulation happening in Australia? Yes. Why? I just saw like water being pushed down into like a tunnel and pushed back out the other side. So it's like flushing out pipes or something, flushing out pipelines, flushing something out. Will there be a stock market crash? We already looked at that. And I just got October again, jumped in my head when I asked that. When will it be evident that there is global martial law, or will it? Will there be a global martial law? Kinda, in different ways. When will that happen if it does? Looks like August, maybe. August, martial law. Okay. And martial law, is that can be a good thing? Yeah, it's a good thing. It's like to help help people feel taken care of and guided through a crazy, chaotic process, basically, giving them reassurance. And honestly, like when you start studying some of this sovereignty stuff, the common law stuff, David Straight said something about how your police are not, they're not there to protect you. The militia is. So the military are the ones to protect us. When will Project Odin or the new internet be switched on? Project Odin, new internet. When will that be switched on, please? That could happen within like a week to a month. That could happen really soon. Really soon. Yeah. Yeah. And it being a page, though, it may be subtle. Maybe it'll be subtle. We won't even maybe know that it happened. Will there be an election flipping? Oops, I said the word. Will there be an e-flipping via FISA Military Courts? Will there be an e-flipping via FISA Military Courts? Yes. If so, when? When is this going to happen? When is this going to happen? Let's see, March, or April, May, June, July, August, September, October, November, December, November. Will we have 3 8-hour sessions showing military tribunals and confessions for 10 days straight? Yes. Yay. Soon. I just got the word soon. Okay. What makes a good movie? Great actors. Not all are bad. Many have been asked to play roles by the U.S. military. Some parts in movies are short and some are long. Examples, Zelensky and Gregory Hallett when he laid 200 years on the table of an illegitimate UK royal family artificially inseminated by the Rothschilds. How many are actors going on right now? Like of all the show that's going on right now, how many are actors? Like 80%. 80%. It's like no one is who you think they are. When they say this is an unprecedented event, what is the event? They said the queen dying. She's already dead, but you know, for it being known to the sleepers out there. Will the world be divided into 7 nations or kingdoms? Will the world be divided in 7 nations or kingdoms? Yes. Will corporations be dissolved? Yes. Will the Reversal Act of 1871 of England happen? Will the Reversal Act of 1871 in England happen? Yes. Around that, there's going to be fear and needing to have courage before that happens or something. Will the Reversal Balfour Declaration happen? Will the Reversal Balfour Declaration happen? Yes. I don't know what that means. Or I don't remember. I think she may have explained it to me, but I don't remember. Have all pre-laws been lifted? Have all pre-laws, and I don't know what this means either, but have all pre-laws been lifted? Have all pre-laws been lifted? Yes. Is it true we're under GESARA law now? Yes. Wow. Yeah, GESARA and NESARA has been signed in, I believe, years ago, maybe even 2012, like they were saying. But it's just taken this long to, you know, clear everything up and make sure all the bad guys are kind of contained or, you know, under their thumb or whatever. So it's going to be like released or made known now. Yeah. Is Chapter 11 complete? This is the bankruptcy of Vatican City, London City, and Washington, D.C., the control mechanism of the New World Order. Is that Chapter 11 that we're referring to? Is that complete? Yes. Yay. Yay. Time to celebrate, guys. Okay. I'd love you to look into references to supposed remains of prehistoric man. Have these bones been planted to fool us? Have many of the bones that have been planted about prehistoric man, has that been to fool us? Yes, a lot has. Yes. If not, were they beings that were here before the giant? Were they there before the giants? I get more of a no. Okay. So they were there to fool us. Yeah. As much of history, they said, as much of history. What? Para. What role will the Serpent Mound in Peebles, Ohio play in the awakening? There's something in it. There's something in the mound, like a UFO or something. I don't know anything about this place. I've never even heard of it before, but I see like a UFO being hidden in the mountain. So, or it looks like a UFO. It looks the shape of a UFO, like the typical shape we see. Is it trapped in there? Oh, it's something that was buried that's going to be discovered. Yeah, like an earthquake is gonna make the top half. It's like I'm picturing like a mountain like this, and then right here there's like a UFO. It's like totally encapsulated in this mound or whatever. And the top half is going to slide off in an earthquake or something like that. Yeah, so, I mean, that could be symbolic or it could be literal. I don't know. But something, it looks like something was buried in that mountain that's going to be revealed. So I guess, you know, just more secrets coming out about that everything's a lie. Did all of the debauchery that we're told that happened in our history really happened? Did all the debauchery that they talk about in our history actually really happen? I'm getting a no. What? Or is it part of the programming to make humanity think that these things are okay? And in doing so, exploit us sexually and whatnot? Yes. Wow. Do Mr. T and Baron both time travel? Yes. Is that it? Man, that was really long. Jeez. Okay. That just felt like forever. All right. So what are you? That was grueling. All right. So I don't know how long this has been. It seems like hours. All right. What else do you want to tell us about just everything in general in these times? Oh, God. There is dangerous, nefarious artificial intelligence involved in this. It does not have your best interest at heart. Try to disable, dismantle, or avoid it. Hang on. Secrets are soon to be revealed that will bring clarity. Oh, that's in answer to those who are afraid of the dangerous artificial intelligence. Secrets are soon to be revealed that will bring clarity. Although some of it may be hard to digest, rest assured this is divinely guided and will bring positive changes as a result. A fiery, passionate, new, inspired beginning. A bright future and healing. Okay. This situation involved merely a means to an end. There was manipulation, magic, black magic, mind control being directed for nefarious reasons with the negative artificial intelligence even. Something being not a good idea financially. I think that's talking about like Bitcoin and stuff like that. They're saying don't do it as a means to an end. Or to those that the crypto that was used as a means to an end and used with black magic or for nefarious reasons, those are the ones that are disappearing. It's not a good idea financially to invest in anything anymore that is nefarious. So be careful of what you're investing in. Okay. Okay, yeah. What you're inquiring about is going to be relocated or moved. Or you could be also being advised to relocate or move if that's something you're thinking of doing. Oh, I just felt called to grab one of these. I think it'd be good for you to go to a more secluded place if you're thinking about that. I don't think you'd be safe if you go there. So there's one place you're thinking of that's not going to be safe. They're telling you, no, go to the more secluded place. You'll soon have enough money to go anywhere you want to at all. So go to the secluded place until everything blows over, I guess. Okay, so this is exuberance, excitement, delight, and or relief. This caused or will cause great satisfaction and extreme joy. This institution or system is being taken over by good people, is being revamped, and will no longer exist as it's been. If possible, it will not be closed, but be repurposed. You are about to be celebrating in the streets. So, in other words, don't worry. Don't worry. Let's get some advice with the spirit cards. These are the world truth cards that I have on my website, and then these are the spirit cards. So we'll look at some advice from the spirit cards, and we'll be done. We'll get out of here. We'll do a general blessing too to help with the energies of all this. If you had any idea how protected you are, you wouldn't spend another wasted moment on worry. Oh my gosh. All right. That's great. Ask more questions to gain clarity about something instead of judging or assuming anything. Don't jump to conclusions, you guys, about anything. Ask a lot of questions. Whatever you're seeing in another, see that it's also in you, both the good and the bad. See only you and not the differences between you, and you'll find peace. So try to, don't become self-aware and don't be projecting onto other people. Just keep coming back in. Keep coming back in about whatever you're judging. See that that's coming from you. Learning how to self-soothe is a mandatory step to liberation and loving others in a healthy way. Rely only on you for the comfort you seek, and you'll be set free. And you'll set yourself free. Wow. I think it's time to make that move. What are you waiting for? Just do it. So some of you have been sitting on making that decision. They're saying go. And remember that shortcuts are never pay off. At the end of the day, make the decision that'll make you smile as you drift off to a peaceful slumber. So always make decisions based on your heart space and what you feel truly is the right thing to do. And please just let go. You're clinging too tightly to what you want as if it's eluding you. This is only pushing it away. Have faith it's coming because it is. All right. Good times, I just heard. Good times. And also, don't be swayed by other people right now. It's important that you follow your own heart, and it'll all fall into place, both for you and everyone else involved. Just stay certain and stay positive. It's time to overcome. This is like coming back around to that very first card that we got. It's time to overcome your fear of death. It stands in your way of living the best life you can have. There's nothing to lose but your ego. So be fearless right now. Congratulations, you are leveling up right now. So let go of what has been and allow new to come in for it to be as smooth as possible. You have so much to look forward to. All right, you guys, sending you a big giant hug. Hope you have a beautiful rest of your day, and I will talk to you in the next Great Awakening video. All right, bye.